published The Double Helix, his personal account of the discovery of the structure of DNA. In his book, Watson casts Franklin as uncooperative, unattractive, and incompetent in interpreting X-ray pictures. And yet Watson admits he needs her findings. He even boasts of using her work without her knowledge or permission, saying, "Rosy, of course, did not directly give us her data. For that matter, no one at King's realized they were in our hands." When the book was in rough draft, Harvard University Press asked those mentioned in the manuscript to read it. Many, including Crick and Wilkins, objected so strongly that in a highly unprecedented move, Harvard withdrew its offer to publish. The book came out with a popular press and became an instant bestseller.
But most of the main portraits were modified, all except Rosalind, who was dead, and every writer knows you can't label the dead.
Franklin's family and colleagues protested Watson's portrayal of, as one put it, that gifted girl who could not defend herself.
That was what the main thing in the objecting to the Jim's book was, his portrayal of Rosalind. There was all this silly natter about the wrong clothing or something. I thought this is pretty inane and not true. I mean, she was, to say the least, a very presentable person.
So Watson obliged, and he wrote a pious epilogue saying as a young man he had not appreciated the difficulties that women had in being accepted and making their way in science. And the epilogue is there, but it does nothing to alter, soften the character of this terrible Rosy.
Watson declined Nova's request for an interview.
She provided some crucial pieces of information. Her great handicap, which I now say we would use the term Asperger's, she didn't know how to deal with other people, didn't know how to ask for help, and was, if anything, probably paranoid about people stealing her data. And if she had come out to Cambridge and shown her data to Crick, Crick would have told her how to solve the problem. She had a clue that she didn't know how to interpret, and Francis would have immediately told her what it was, because his own work in Cambridge, just by accident, had let him deal with that problem. So he could have told her. And she'd gone back to London, and he would have said, you know, there are two chains, and she said the phosphates were on the outside, then they would have to be held together by the bases. And once you say that, you're very close to the structure. So I don't think her name deserved to be on the paper.